Hello everyone, welcome back again to Surifki channel. Today we are going to discuss about the adverb clauses. An adverb clause is a dependent clause that functions as an adverb, and it can tell when, where, why, how long, how far, how often, and for what purpose something happened. And an adverb clause can also express a contrast. An adverb clause always begins with a subordinating conjunctions that expresses the relationship between the adverb clause and the independent clause. You know that the adverb clause is categorized as the dependent clause. And here the relationship between the adverb clause and independent clause. The relationship, there are two kinds here. Time, when we use the subordinator as soon as, and relationship contrast when we use the subordinating although. And for the independent clause, you know that the independent clause, the clause are able to stand alone, but the adverbial clause or dependent clause, it can be stand alone or doesn't have a full meaning. Okay, and kinds of the adverb clauses. Here, when you want to answer, we want to know categorize of the adverb clauses here, please you answer the questions like, if we want to know the time clause, you need to answer the questions when, and if we want to know the information about place clause, we need the questions where. If we want to know the answer or the answer clauses of manner, we need to answer the questions how. And if we want to know the information about distance clauses, we have to answer the questions how far. We want to know the information about the frequency clauses, we need to answer the questions how often. If we want to know the information about the purpose clauses, we have to answer the question for what intention. And if we want to know the information about the result clauses, we have to know we have to answer the questions for what effect. And if we want to know the information about the conditional clause, we have to answer the question under what circumstance. If we want to know the information about contrast clauses of direct opposition, so how one thing differs from another. And if we want to know the information about the contrast clauses of concation, so an unexpected result. And also the punctuations of adverb clauses. The punctuations of an adverb clause depends on the order of the clauses. When an adverb clause comes first in a sentence, don't forget you have to put a comma after it. And when an adverb clause follows an independent clause, don't separate the clauses with a comma. Please take a look at here. When the dependent clause and subordinator in the first sentence, you need a comma to combine both of them. But if the subordinator or adverbial clauses behind, don't put comma in the middle of the sentence. We discuss one by one. Time clauses. Time clauses here, an adverb time clause tells when the actions described in the independent clause took place. The actions in a time clause can occur at the same time or at a different time. Beware that verbs in time clauses often take forms that you do not expect. For example, the verb in a future time clause use a present form, not a future form. A time clause can come before or after an independent clause. Okay, when we want to describe about using the time subordinator, we are able to use when for the specific time, whenever for at any time, while when you want to describe about the same time, as, soon after, and after, later, and since from that time, and S when the time subordinator has the equal meaning or at the same time. And for the before, when you want to describe time subordinator earlier and until up to the time. And please take a look at the example of using when, whenever, while, as soon as, after, since, as, before, and until. Take a look at here. Next, please practice one here. Step 1, form an adverb time clause by adding a time subordinator. And step 2, write a new sentence combining. Step 3, copy your sentences to make a paragraph on lines provided on page 113. Okay, here I provided. Okay, so here number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For example, you are able to answer like number 1 here. Everyone should know what to do. Period. An earthquake strikes. And you are able to answer. Everyone should know what to do when an earthquake strikes. And for B, choose either topic 1 or 2 and write an original paragraph on a spreadsheet of paper. Use adverb time clauses in your paragraph. Use a variety of time subordinators and circle them. Okay, you are able to choose number 1 or 2. It's up to you. Okay, after time clause, we move to the place clause. An adverb place clause tells where the action described by the main verb took place. The subordinators you are able to use like wherever, everywhere, and anywhere are similar in meaning and are interchangeable. You can begin a sentence with wherever, everywhere, and anywhere clauses, but usually not with where clauses. Expressions such as the following are exceptions. Where there is lightning, there is a thunder. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Place the subordinator. When you use the where here, you want to identify like a specific place. When you want to use the wherever, you need to describe the any place. When you want to describe everywhere, when you want to discuss about the every place. And when you create like anywhere, it is equal meaning like wherever. It for discuss the any place. Okay, for practice 2 here. Step 1, form an adverb place clause by replacing the word there with the place subordinator and in the appropriate sentence in each pair. Okay, number 1 has been done, and don't forget you have to give the circle and continue number 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is your turn. Okay, number 3, distance, frequency, and manner clauses. Adverb clauses of distance answer the questions how far. Adverb clauses of frequency answer the questions of the how often, and adverb clauses of manner answer the questions how. How distance, frequency, and most but not all. Manner clauses follow the independent clause. When you want to describe about the distance, frequency, and manner subordinator, please take a look at for the left side here. When you want to describe a distance, please using subordinator as, adverb as. And when you want to describe about the frequency, using as, adverb as here. For example, as often as. And for distance, as far as. And for the manner, as told, as the lab instructor had told us to. And for the answer the manner, you are able to using like carefully, like as carefully as, And when you want to describe about the thought, that you are able to use the as if or as though. And don't forget, you have to focus on, if an informal spoken English, people often use like in place of as if and as though. Like is not correct in informal written English. It must be written by as if or like. Like for informal, and for formal you are able to use the as if it is a written context. And in a very formal written English, the verb takes the same form as it does in conditional clauses when the information in the as if or as though clause is untrue or probably untrue. However, many English speakers use normal verb forms in these situations. For example, John act as if he were the Prince of Wales. And for the informal, John act as if he is the Prince of Wales. It is informal. Okay, I provide you the practice 3 here. Form a sentence containing an adverb clause by adding a distance, frequency, or manner subordinator to complete the clause, and use subordinator at least once. The first has been done for you. For example, like people should try to recycle blah 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 and frequency, and then I have to answer people should try to recycle as often as they can. So answer number 2 using distance, number 3 manner, number 4 manner, and number 5 manner using as if or as though. Okay. Okay. Number 4. Adverbial clauses using reason and clauses. An adverb reasons clause answer the questions why. A reasons clause can come before or after an independent clause in a sentence. When you want to use explain about the reason, please using the subordinator because, since, or as to indicate that the word containing about the reason subordinators. Okay, you are able to find the example from the right side here. It is the example of the sentence. Okay, we move again. And practice 4 here. Form an adverb clause by adding a reason subordinator to appropriate sentence in each pair. Do not change the order of the clauses. Okay, number 1 has been done for you, and you have to complete number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Write a new sentence combining the adverb clause after you have stated about the reason subordinator and edit by or attach by your new sentence by combining the adverb clause here. And next, it is adverbial clauses you are able to use as a result clauses. What is the result clauses? An adverb result clause expresses the effect or consequence of the informations in the independent clauses. A result clause follows the independent clause in a sentence. When you want to use the subordinator result, you need here, so you need the combination of so adjective adverb that, or such a noun that, so much noun that, or so many noun that, or so little noun that, or so few noun that. And the example of the sentence you are able to find for the right side on the table. And for your practice 5, step 1, form an adverbial clauses by adding a result subordinator to appropriate. Step 2, write a new sentence and circle the subordinator. Okay, number 1 has been done for you for example, and you have to complete number 2 to number 6. Okay. Next. Adverbial clauses has the function as a purpose clauses. Purpose clause is here. An adverb purpose clause states the purpose of the action in the independent clause. A purpose normally follows the independent clause, but you may put it at the beginning of a sentence if you want to especially emphasize it. And the purpose subordinator you are able to use so that or in order that. And the example of the sentence you are able to take a look at on the right side of the table here. Note here, in order that is formal. The models can you are able to use like may, might, can, could, will, would, or have to, had to, or has to occur in the purpose clause. And we often use the phrase in order to, a base verb, or simply to, a base verb when the subject of both the independent clause and purpose clause are the same person or thing. We prefer to plus verb over in order to, verb because it is shorter. Okay, the first example above could be written as follows because the two subject formers and they refer to the same people. For example, like farmers use chemical pesticide in order to get higher crop yields. The second one, farmers use chemical pesticide to get higher crop yield. In the second example, the two subject, farmers and consumers, are different. So it is not possible to use an in order to plus verb or to plus verb phrase. It's better for you using to get. Okay. And adverbial clauses, you are able to use the contrast clauses. And when we want to use the adverbial clauses using contrast clauses, we divide it by two discussions here. The first is like direct opposition clause, and the second is concation clauses. For the first, direct opposition clause. In this type, the information in the adverb clause and the information in the independent clause are in direct contrast. And the subordinator you are able to use is whereas or while. You are able to take a look at the example when you use the word the opposition subordinator whereas and the subordinator for while. And note here, one, while and whereas have the same meaning and are interchangeable. And for the two, use a comma between the two clauses no matter which order they are in. This is an exception to the comma rule for the adverb clause. So when you put in the middle of when you put the whereas in the middle, don't forget you have to spare it into comma by comma here. Yeah, put comma here. And since the two ideas are exactly opposites, you can put the subordinator with either clause, and the clause can be in either order. Thus, the example can be written in 4 ways with no change the meaning. Okay, and next, to concation unexpected result. A concation clause means this idea is true, but the idea in independent clause is more important. And these clauses are sometimes called unexpected result clauses because the information in independent clause is surprising or unexpected based on the information given in the concation clause. And we need the subordinator although, even though, or though to describe about the concation unexpected result. And here the example of the concation subordinator sentence. Yeah. Next, you have to be careful. Number one here, although, even though, and though have almost the same meaning, but though is less formal. But even though is a little stronger than although. Second, some writers follow the normal comma rule for adverb clauses. Use a comma only when the concation clause comes before independent. So if the subordinator in the middle of the sentence, don't put comma. Other writers use comma between the two clauses no matter which order they are in. And be careful about which clause you use subordinator with, sometimes you can use it with either clause but not always. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 kinds of the sentence here. 1, 2, 3 are correct sentence, but for the last, it is not possible to write like this. Okay. Next, conditional clauses, adverbial clauses. We are able to describe conditional clauses. Conditional clauses states conditions for a result to happen or not happen. In the sentence, if it rains tomorrow, we will not go to the beach. The condition is the weather. The result is going or not going to the beach. Conditional clause can come before or after an independent clause. So it is like a conditions. If the condition is weather and the result is going or not going to the beach. Okay. And you are able to use the conditional conclusion subordinator like using if or unless. Okay, for your right side on the table, it is the example of the sentence of the conditional clause. Note here, there are 4 basic patterns of conditional sentence. For each pattern has a different combinations of a verb form depending on whether the time is like present, future, past, and whether the condition is true or not true. Like we discussed about real condition or unreal condition. And the variations to this basic pattern, consult a grammar book. Okay, please we discuss for the next chapter. And for the patterns here, when you want to create the true condition or conditional if conditions, please you have to follow this pattern. For pattern 1, present time followed by true condition. Present, for example, if you have a college education, present again, you earn more money. For future time, true condition, present with the future. Like if you get at least 19% on the first final exam, you will get an A in the course. And third, present with the future time but untrue conditions. For example, like if Paul were not so lazy, or the real condition is Paul is lazy. Best form like he would get better grades. Or sometimes expert classify like conditional type 0, conditional type 1, conditional type 2, and conditional type 3. But for the kinds, only 2, real condition and unreal condition. For the type, there are 4 types: 0, first condition, type 2, type 3. Okay. And for the unless means if not, you cannot get a refund unless you have a receipt. You cannot get a refund if you do not have a receipt. Unless you get at least 19% on the final exam, you will not get an A in the class. Means that you will not get an A if you do not get at least 19% for your final exam. Unless means if not. Okay, there are 2 combinations of the conditional, if and unless, or if not. Okay, we conclude for this material. I just review some points here. The verse, these are the most important point covered in this chapter here. Number 1, an adverb clause is a dependent clause that answer questions such as where, when, why, how, for what purpose, and under what conditions. Adverb clauses can also express 2 kinds of the contrast. Number 2, place an adverb clause either before or after an independent clause. If an adverb clause comes before an independent clause, put comma after it. If it comes after an independent clause, don't put comma. Exception, always use comma if the word while and where is only. Also, many writers also use comma with the although, though, and even though. And here I conclude the adverb clauses subordinator starting from the time, place, distance, frequency, manner, reasons, purpose, result, conclusion, contrast, and condition. I think that's all about our topic today. Hopefully it is useful for you all. If it is useful for you all, don't forget you have to share, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. See you for the next hour meeting. Thank you.